Hi friends, it's Udhaya from Backyard Garden Highlights. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today I'm pretty excited to show you guys how the garden looks in July. So let's get into the video and enjoy the July garden tour. And as you can see, all the bachelor buttons are really blooming throughout the season, and although they look tired, they are really looking wonderful and amazing. I really love the bachelor button, how they look. They are not even bothered by the deeds, so I really enjoy some colors in this garden even after complete devastation happened with the deeds. So, and you can see all my perennial gardens are looking great. And let me show you guys the Gladiolus, and they are looking really gorgeous. You can see Gladiolus are started blooming, and they are first time ever I think I'm able to save all my Gladiolus blooms. Otherwise, as soon as the bloom comes in, the deer jump in and eat them. So this year I'm able to save all of them, and look how pretty this location is, and the pollinators are loving it. So I'm really excited to have this in my garden. Look at the bloom size, guys. It's bigger than the palm. Oh goodness, such a big bloom. I never had zinnias like this. I don't know which variety. Look at this. It's beautiful. Big size. And I have got another interesting color. I think these are all new zinnia that I have got from maybe dollar store. I don't remember exactly, but I never had this color. It's beautiful. And this is how they look after I removed some more leaves. You can see I have tried to remove lot of bushy leaves so they get nice air circulation, and you can see all the fruits clearly now. Lot of fruits are set. Okay, now let's get into the sunny raised bed. And this sunny raised bed got a lot of perennial plants. Unfortunately, some of the things the deer ate. I have to cover this entire place with net, so I'll try to show you closer look wherever possible. But you may see this entire place is covered with net. As you can see, these are the painted daisies and they are done blooming, and this is how they look. All their seed heads are eaten by the finch, the yellow finch bird, and they are fleshing out the new growth. But I used to see the second leaf growth but not the bloom in the fall, so only the leaves come and then they stay almost evergreen throughout the winter, and I think around February they die and then they produce a new shoots. That's how the painted daisy looks. Here I have the Dianthus. This is another lucky plant that we have in our garden. Although it's called as an annuals, I'm in border of like 6B to 7. So they come back every year. So I'm so glad that they act as a perennial in my garden. And they are fleshing out their new growth for the second bloom. And as you can see, I was able to save some of the flowers by putting the nets around, and you can see in the back side the new growths are also starting. So I think this is going to be another plant will bloom throughout the season if you maintain them. This is another pretty interesting plant I have recently started growing, golden dust allysum, perennial allysum, and they are really amazing plant. I found it's really a wonderful addition to the garden because they welcome the spring with a beautiful kind of a lime green yellowish blooms, and then throughout the season they have this full size rounded habit, and it's a kind of a blue color and they really look great in the garden. So I think this is one of the best plants that we could use for border planting. I really love how they really grown into the full size. It's almost, I think, maybe 18-inch tall, but I think up to 18 to 24-inch in the width. So they are pretty much in full size. And this one I have grown from winter sowing 2 years back, and they just started blooming this year. Thinking of trying dividing them this fall, so next spring I can have some multiple plants from my own garden. And then this is my lupine, and they are also eaten by deer. As you can see, all the leaves are gone, so they are kind of also buried behind this allysum. So hopefully I will see some bloom next year if they survive this winter. This is one of the peonies that I planted from rexbulbs.com. This is their third year. Last year they bloomed, this year they didn't bloom for some reason. I got a couple of buds but they didn't open. So anyway, and this is my Shasta daisies, and Shasta daisies are like everywhere in my garden, so I need to control how to really limit those plants. But when they are in bloom, I really love them. They are very flowy and they are gorgeous plant for cut flower gardening. And this is my English daisy I planted this year, and they are taking up. So next year I think they will grow bigger. And this is one of the salvia that I divided this year, and they are really doing great. And these are the Echinacea, I think, self-sown. I'm trying to see whether that's Echinacea, but that one is Echinacea I transplanted from other location. And as you can see, this bachelor buttons from here, they have flopped over, but the pollinators are enjoying, so I'm really hesitant to really remove this plant. And they are looking really stunning when with like a beautiful cluster, beautiful flowers you can see. And then on the back side I have got all the hollyhocks, and they are completely damaged by the deer. Only things are surviving, and Japanese beetle also started damaging the plant. I'm hoping that I can get at least some seeds out of it so I can plant them next year. Let's see, but I have just covered, so hopefully these plants survive and maybe I can get some bloom this year. And this is the blazing star, and they are actually like their first set of blooms were completely eaten, so only the escaped buds, these three are escaped from the deer, so they are blooming now. And as you can see, deer also taught me something new. So the deer ate all the buds, a couple of buds are coming up from that space. Let me show you the closer look. But I think the bloom stalks are, multiple bloom stalks are forming, but they are looking tiny. So this is the original one. If you let them grow without pinching, I think you will get a longer and strong stalk. But if you pinch them, maybe they get multiple stalks for you, but they don't give you a big or long size as this one. So that's, I think, one new learning that I have got from deer actually chopping all my flower buds. And here are the some of the winter sown snapdragons, and they were also completely eaten by deer and they are just rebouncing back. So I'm glad that they are able to show some nice colors. And as you can see, this is my lily, and all the lily top layer, all the buds were eaten, and looks like lily don't rebloom. So once you pinch it, that's all, you actually spent your flowers for this year. Looks like that's how it is. So I was so upset after seeing the lily blooms are gone, because this is their first time I have seen like ton of buds in the plant. Third year I think they are producing nicely, and I lost every single bud from that lily plant. So I'm so upset after I saw the buds are gone the next day morning. But I think I just have to live with that deer problem until really some permanent solution is in place for me. Okay, let me go inside and show you guys how my dahlias are doing. I have covered entire area with net, and this is how the yarrows are looking, and a lot of buds were eaten. And yarrows also, if you pinch, like if the buds are eaten, they are at least producing a new buds and forming. Here I have one dahlia which after it grown the deer ate them, so I don't know whether that's going to come or not. And that's another dahlia, I don't know, for some reason it's not at all growing here. I think there is some problem with this particular location. Never I get any dahlia grow here, so maybe next year I should not be really planting anything here. And then I have another dahlia here, and that's completely smashed by this yarrow. Thought of tying up a rope from here to there so they don't flop over, but I missed it. So that's, I think, the result of it. Now I'm like, dahlias are struggling to grow here, but otherwise yarrows are in full bloom. At least some of the buds I was able to protect from deer, but these are something formed newly after they have been eaten, so they will, I think, produce in couple of weeks. Okay, and then I have another dahlia. This one I have got from Johnny's seed collection last year, and then I tucked the tubers and planted here. So they have grown almost 5+ feet tall, and they are also damaged by deer. So after that only I have put the fence, so hopefully enjoy the bloom from this plant sooner. And then this is another dahlia plant that's growing. I think I planted this one recently after I found out that some of the tubers in my garage was sprouting, so I think that's why it is too small. And then this is one of the dinner plate dahlia, that I think yellow color, I believe. This is one of the dinner plate dahlias, and then the other one I have left out from all the dahlia plant that I had is this one. This is the white one, and in between I have planted garden wonder. All the things I stored them in the garage, and then I was able to plant them sometime in April this year. And as you can see, this plant is still, this plant is still trying to produce buds. I didn't see quite a lot yet, but you can see I have got good buds all over in my garden wonder. And ta-da! I don't know, this plant grown very fast than anything else. All these 3 plants I planted at the same time, but for some reason this white dinner plate dahlia, I think the variety name, that has grown very tall and big and bushy and started producing good set of flowers. And I can show you the closer look. And another big surprise in this garden is this garden wonder. I don't remember I ever planted this year. I think last year I had this garden wonder, and I believe maybe I didn't dug them up and they overwintered without any protection. Maybe I think it's a luck, because last year we didn't had great snow or anything, so maybe they were lucky enough to stay alive and it came for me. Alright guys, hope you guys liked watching this video. I'll see you in another video. Please support my channel by subscribing, commenting and sharing it with your friends.